Subscribe our channel. Stay till the end of the stories for more twist and turn. Comment us about what kind of stories you like to hear. Disclaimer: the channel is not in any kind of support or link to behavior, remarks, statements, feeling, decisions or any kind of emotions in the stories. AITA for calling out my 24 female father-in-law, 55 male, and his very inappropriate relationship with my cousin, 26 female. I recently got married to my husband and so far it's been great. However, I can see that my FIL has a great dislike for me, but I've been nothing but kind and helpful to him. My husband is the only child and my FIL really wanted a daughter. I thought he'd be excited when I joined the family as a daughter, but nope. Instead, my FIL blatantly favors my cousin. He says stuff like she's my daughter and I'm so proud of her. It really annoys me, and when I bring it up, he says that I'm his dill but she will always be like a daughter to him. We were visiting the US pre-corona and visited the city that my cousin and her new fiancé live in. We weren't initially planning on visiting them and I think my FIL wanted to visit her without us. However, we decided to go last minute because of my mom. Now when we went to her place, we were taken aback by her success. She's done really well for herself and I am proud. When we were there, my FIL and cousin connected like no time had passed and they were laughing and joking. He also gave her a valuable item that she apparently been talking about forever and he brought it especially for her. He's never done any shit like that for me. After we visited, my FIL couldn't stop going on and on about how she's done so well for herself and he's proud of her and she will always be a daughter to him and yada yada. He also said that he's so happy that she didn't end up marrying his son, my husband, or else she wouldn't have gotten as far as she did and her new fiancé is so much better. I got pissed off and questioned their relationship and why they're so close and why they even keep in contact now. We live in separate countries. I said that something must be going on and that he must have some type of feelings for her to consider her this much. My FIL lost it and told me that she'd always be so much better than me and that now he didn't want to have any relationship with me anymore and I'd always be his son's unworthy wife. Now I do have to add, my cousin and my husband were engaged first. I fell in love with my husband during their engagement and I helped him cheat. I apologized to her for that and it was a huge rift in my family. She didn't accept my apology at the time and called me a CT. She hasn't talked to me since and the first time she did was when we visited her. She still doesn't talk to me after the visit. But at the visit, she acted like everything is apparently okay and it didn't even feel like there was ever any animosity between us. My FIL has been giving me the cold shoulder and won't let me talk to him anymore. When I complained to my mom and asked her to reason with them, she told me I needed to stop and that I'm the asshole. But I don't see what I did wrong and I've always been trying my best to be a daughter to them. I know I made a mistake with cheating, but why should I have to suffer for it my entire life? AITA? Edit. My husband and my cousin were arranged, meaning mom found my husband for my cousin and they started getting to know each other, dating for 6 months. Then, they decided they liked each other and got engaged. They were engaged for 1.5 years until my husband cheated with me. We got engaged 4 months after and were married 6 months later using the wedding they already planned for my cousin and my husband. FIL insisted because they already paid and my cousin refused to pay her share after what happened. My parents and FIL, including my FIL, pushed for my husband and mine's marriage after the cheating because they didn't want to scandalize our families. My cousin doesn't live in my husband and mine's country and when they were engaged, she stayed in the US while my husband split time between US and our country. Surely, how did she and my FIL become so close in such short time? They apparently text each other frequently and know so much about the other. My cousin also has both her parents, so she isn't in need of some father figure in her life, and she's also close with her fiancé's dad from what I can gather. I don't understand why they aren't just letting this relationship go, and I don't understand why I'm being antagonized for saying something based on facts. This has crossed the lines of an appropriate FIL-daughter relationship. Edit 2. This is not about whether or not I was wrong or not about cheating. It was wrong and I admitted it and apologized to everyone. This is about my FIL not giving me a chance and not being fair. Everyone has skeletons, but that doesn't mean they shouldn't be given a chance. Edit 3, WTF. First of all, I'm not jealous, nor have I ever been jealous of my cousin. She may be doing well in America, but I'm considered to have more desirable traits from where I'm from. Second of all, okay, I see you guys saying my FIL hates me because of how I came to the family. Alright, he can hate me. But that doesn't give him any reason to continue his relationship with her. She's probably only talking to him to seem nice. Once she gets married, she'll drop him like a hot potato. I don't get how my FIL doesn't understand that. I talked with my husband and even he thinks that it's weird that they're still talking, and I'm so surprised none of you think that. Also, it's been 7 months since our wedding. That's a long time to still keep in touch with your ex-would-be daughter-in-law. Edit 4. Finally someone got it right. U/Hamish22. Thank you for finally giving me an honest, unbiased opinion. I regretted posting on Reddit because none of you seem to see my perspective and unbiased view. But now I'm getting more comments that understand my culture. So I'm kinda glad. U/Hamish22 pointed out that my FIL is pissed because his son's engagement was broken off and it was the one that he approved of. Here was my reply. Thank you. This is what I think is happening. He's just mad that what he planned did not work out. Both my cousin and I were presented to the family and my husband at that time chose her, but they also talked more at that time and he didn't know me very well. However, with my cousin's constant moving back and forth between US and here, I think my husband started to feel stress and loneliness. We got closer during this time. He told my cousin immediately and fully regretted what happened. She is the one who started telling everyone and blowing things out of proportion. So I don't get all these people saying that he will leave me. He won't. He hated cheating. I think Phil is pissed that the engagement was broken since it's considered shameful in my culture. I'm from India BTW, I saw comments and you guys guessed right. Wow, are you for real or are you a troll? Because I can't imagine a real person being this entitled and behaving this way. First, it was totally out of line for you to accuse your FIL of being inappropriate with your cousin and having inappropriate feelings. That would be offensive on its own, much less given the context of everything. It seems like he really liked her and they had a real bond. He was expecting her to be his deal and was probably disappointed that it didn't happen and is now actively cheering her life progress. To characterize his paternal pride as something else is gross. Second, yeah, for feeling entitled to his good regard and favoritism. No one is entitled to anyone's positive feelings about anything. And frankly, can you blame him here? You did something wrong and he dislikes you for it. That's life. People dislike people for their actions all the time. Finally, in reading all of your comments it's clear you're quite self-absorbed and entitled, so it's not surprising your FIL doesn't like you. It's also not surprising you felt entitled to your cousin's fiancé. You seem to think you are entitled to everything. Maybe instead of lamenting how unfair and mean everyone is to you, you should work on improving yourself and over time actually becoming someone your FIL can like and respect. His relationship with your cousin is none of your business, just like your cousin's fiancé was none of your business. You literally stole another woman's wedding. Not just her fiancé but the wedding itself. Your FIL knew your cousin from afar for at least 2 years, that's plenty of time to develop a close bond, even via text, online. He thought she was going to become part of his family. You didn't become part of his family. You stole part of his family from him. You smashed a relationship that he had developed with someone he considered like a daughter to him. You don't deserve your cousin or your FIL. Your FIL is never going to like you. It's not going to happen. In his eyes, you're a cheater, you're a liar, you're a thief. And TBH, it's true. You are. Not only that, but you also showed his son to be less than the upstanding man every father wants his son to become. You showed his son to be the kind of person to cheat on an innocent woman, to hurt others, to not respect his elders culturally for ruining his would-be marriage. On every level, you have shamed yourself and your husband in his eyes. Why would he give you a chance when you've already shown him what kind of person you are? He doesn't owe you that. You claim family is important culturally, screw over your own cousin, and then get upset when you fucking up Phil's family means he doesn't like you. What did you expect, to be embraced with open arms? You don't get to have it both ways. Either family isn't important enough to prevent you from shacking up with cousin's fiancé, or it is important enough for it to have ruined your image to your in-laws. He's just not going to like you. You're going to have to deal with it. You made your bed, now lie in it. Wait. So you caused your husband to cheat on his then fiancé, your own relative, broke up their relationship, and then married him, and you don't understand why your Phil has all this animosity towards you? And then you have the nerve to say they must have an inappropriate relationship because he likes her more than you? 10 fucking clueless. EDA, he hates you because you humiliated him and his family by splitting up an arranged marriage. She's the deal he thought he was going to have, and frankly should have had. And you used their wedding to boot. How tacky can you get? Once you explained you helped him cheat on your own cousin, that elevated you to huge status. Your Phil is exactly correct. You did his son, you broke up an engagement, you are not a good person. And you are clearly insanely jealous of your cousin, which is why you helped him cheat on her. Don't give me that BS we fell in love. You didn't. You wanted what your cousin had. Your jealousy is extremely noticeable. BTW, if he will cheat with you, he will cheat on you. You may want to have a divorce attorney ready. You will need it. Thanks for listening so far. If story have update we will post here. Like and subscribe to our channel for upcoming stories.